reverse. Watch how I flip. Watch how I whip. I'm in the whip. I'm in the rest. I never switch.
Hey everybody, it's the coach. This is the NFL on EA Sports. On tap, we've got what should be a fairly intriguing matchup between the Jacksonville Jaguars and the...
Coach, we find ourselves at the foot of the Rockies, Denver, Colorado, for this edition of the NFL on EA Sports. Today, we're set for a good AFC matchup between the Jacksonville... Jaguars and the Denver Broncos. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. So here are the Broncos now for their opening drive. They'll be led out by their quarterback, who's now in his 5th season in the league, Marcus Mariota, the former Oregon Duck.
And it's funny how we always talk about how analytics are starting to creep into the game. One analytic that's been there for a long time, teams that start 0-3 usually don't make the playoffs. So we know one quarterback today that's determined to end that slide right now. It's not impossible, but this is a must-win for him and his team.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. On the counter, it's Miller. Sean Lee, the Pro Bowler, there for the tackle.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice game like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground.
He rifles one that's intercepted. It's Desmond Trufant, and they will set up shop in enemy territory at the 42-yard line. Well, not a good omen there. His first throw of the afternoon intercepted.
And I know what the fans are thinking right now. I hope there's not negative thoughts in his head going forward since that's his first throw of the game. But one of the things I remember about him coming out of school is he's able to wipe things away pretty easily and move on.
Personal foul, face mask, defense.
Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
They run. It's Mark Ingram. And he's only going to get a yard from the 20 to the 19.
Watching that play unfold and watching him complete it brought back memories of doing all those pursuit drills to make sure you don't over-pursue and let a guy get a cutback lane on you. He did that very well.
You praised him on tape yesterday for the angles that he takes to the ball. Took a great angle right there.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start, getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. Only a yard on the completion. It's 2nd and goal. 2nd and goal from the 1. Again, it's Roethlisberger, escaping the pressure right toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. The intended target was the rookie Terry McLaurin, but now it's 3rd and goal. 3rd down and goal. This Denver defense trying to hold up for one more play. Now a fake on the give here as they try to run pass option. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down. So they opted to pass for it on 3rd and goal. Let's see what they do on 4th and goal.
Well, I think they threw it with the idea that if they didn't get it, they would go for it on 4th and goal. So they've got another play in their pocket. They're going to have to call it right now. No field goal here.
In the end, the opening drive, Charles, does yield points. Maybe not the touchdown that they wanted, though.
Yeah, but bottom line, they wanted to get something out of that drive, and they did that. 3 points, they won't turn that down at all.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Marcus Mariota getting ready to go again here on offense. And he comes out on the heels of an interception he threw last time they had the ball.
Yeah, and you know, the quarterbacks that I know that are the best ones, the ones that really know how to lead their team, they tell them, that's on me. That's my bad. But let's go back out there and move ahead again, guys. We can get this done.
One good thing for him, it did only lead to 3 points and not a touchdown after that turnover.
Big thanks to the defense.
For the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Off the play fake, Mariota sliding out of the pocket. And he's going to lose a yard or two. Taken down behind the line. Jabal Sheard able to run him down for a loss of a yard. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. On play action, Mariota. And that will be incomplete.
They went with the dime look that time on defense, just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
On 4th down, here's Brett Kern to punt the football away. Back deep, the former All-Pro Tyler Lockett. They punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. Taken in at the 22. A very nice job on the run back there. He'll get 23 yards all told. And the Jaguars go on offense, 1st down and 10. Very good starting field position for the Jaguars offense as they come up 1st and 10 at the 45. The drive starts here with a carry by Ingram. Pushing forward for 3 up to the 48.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
From just shy of midfield, Roethlisberger. It's caught. Lockett. That one a 1st down pickup of 8. A look at the numbers for Lockett from a week ago. 4 catches, 57 yards.
And they think they have a matchup advantage in this one. They're going to try and find some space for him to work and make sure he touches the football.
Throwing now, Roethlisberger on 1st down. They'll tussle for it, and this is going to be caught. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. 23 yards, the final tally. You know, when I see passes like that, I'm reminded of something you and I talked about yesterday. Big Ben was a wide receiver the first 3 years of high school, sitting behind the coach's son. And then he finally got that opportunity. I think he's made the most of it.
It's always the coach's son, isn't it? But you know where it helps him? When he looks downfield, he knows what the receivers are going to do. He actually has wide receivers' eyes when he's throwing the ball.
To throw again is Roethlisberger. And it's caught. And he's brought down. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains. And just a small glimpse there as to why they like this rookie so much.
And that's why they lit up a little bit in our meetings with the coaching staff, didn't they?
Yeah, when we talked about him, they did.
Yeah, you know, they like his work ethic. You know, this guy's running every route well in the route tree and getting better at it all the time. Really honing his game. They expect a pretty good jump out of him as things continue to move.
And he'll take this one in for a Jags touchdown. Terry McLaurin, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Jaguars are able to widen their lead. Jason Myers now for the extra point. He's got it, and now it's a 10-0 lead here in the opening quarter. So the drive there took 6 plays, and it results in a touchdown for Jacksonville. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. And Denver getting set to take the field. And the results for them have not been strong to this point. 2 drives have ended in a turnover and then a punt.
So would it be too snarky for me to say that they've shown improvement? Because you had two drives with turnovers. Now they punted it away, so at least they didn't turn it over. So that's good, right?
You're going to get some angry users reaching out to you on social media.
Well, I don't mean to be. I was actually looking for the positive. Silver lining, you know.
So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. Working out of the gun, Mariota. And now Miller hit, and he fumbles. And did the Jaguars come up with it? They did. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. That one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. 10-0 the score after 1 on EA Sports. On 2nd down, it's Ingram. And again, the run defense stout this time. He maybe gets back to the line of scrimmage, but no more. The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. And this one complete to Smith. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. A 14-yard first down pickup for the Jaguars.
And after that completion, you can understand why so many teams in the league are emphasizing speed on defense at every position. The tight ends have created so many tough...
And that is caught. Touchdown, Jacksonville. Nelson Aguilar. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Jaguars are able to widen their lead. And they use that height on the outside to get the score.
We've seen
Roethlisberger's pass complete to Nelson. Touchdown, Jacksonville. Jason Myers for the extra point.
They had to go to the monitor, get an extra look. That's what the technology is for. And this touchdown will count. Myers connects on the PAT. And that makes our score 17-0. A drive there of just 4 plays. And it culminates in a Jags touchdown. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. And a look now at Lamar Miller. And for him, it's been pretty limited involvement down on the scoreboard. Maybe time to turn to this guy.
And you know me well. Winning games to me means starting with the running game and continuing to press the running game. Maybe you go away from him a little bit now, but the bottom line is he hasn't touched it enough to make a difference.
Well, they haven't established that running game yet. The question is, will they? Now here's a pass on first down that's knocked away and incomplete. Once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10. And they'll run it from the gun with Miller. And he will lose yardage on the play. Back at his own 19-yard line. Chalk that up as a 4-yard loss. And now it's 3rd down. Plays like we just saw there, that's why they're up right now. And the defense, they're doing their job.
Yeah, it starts with the guys up front. So when you talk with GMs who are putting together a team, a lot of them say we're going to build from the inside out, because if you control the line of scrimmage, you control the rest of the ball game, and that's what we're seeing here. They're actually playing in the offense's backfield, not necessarily just playing at the line of scrimmage.
3rd and long here for Mariota. He may try and run for this. And this will not get close to the first down marker as he's brought down at the 26. Pretty solid gain of 7 yards that time as he scrambled, but now they face a 4th down.
While you admire anyone trying to pick up an additional couple of yards, they're just not worth it when you take shots like that. Quarterbacks have to stay in the game and stay on the field.
Returnable for Lockett. Able to slither by. Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Out comes the Jacksonville offense as they get set to take over here. They have to be pleased with the way that they've moved the football thus far.
And why wouldn't they be? 2 touchdowns on a field goal in their first 3 possessions. They're playing so well right now, the field goal probably feels like a disappointment.
And the first play of the drive there is incomplete. Tyler Lockett was the target there. And that'll bring up 2nd down. After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20.
Tighten up, pull it together.
Here's Roethlisberger to throw. He's got it to Ingram, complete.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. It doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
On 3rd down, Roethlisberger. This one complete to Ingram. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. A Jacksonville first down on a pickup of 17.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
It was Eric Reed in on the stop. This defense could use a few more plays like that right now.
It certainly could, but think about it from an offense's perspective right now. They've got a lead, but they don't want to throttle down too much and stall themselves. Still want to move at a nice pace.
Touchdown, Jaguars! 3 first-half touchdown passes now for Ben Roethlisberger. And the Jaguars are able to widen their lead. Now he's having a nice little first half here, partner.
And it's a first half that leaves us anticipating what can still come. I mean, 2 touchdowns already here through the 2nd quarter. There could be plenty more before this game is over.
So the drive there, 5 plays, 80 yards. And it results in a touchdown for Jacksonville. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20. Marcus Mariota and the offense heading back out for their next possession. In 2nd quarter, they're down big already. He's struggling as well. They've got to find something here. He's got to find something on this drive.
And sometimes you take on all that extra pressure on yourself, and maybe you have to disperse it a little bit. Lean on some other people, lean on your teammates. Find someone who can take the pressure off and get the ball in their hands for a while.
Or this, if he doesn't, this is getting out of hand, or it could get worse. A bit of a catch for him to remember. That's number 400 for his NFL career. Not a bad number at all. draw play. This is Miller. And that didn't fool anybody. He's going to be dropped in the backfield. Different story this time around. We had that huge gain followed by a sizable loss here. And this looks a lot like the last play. Behind the line of scrimmage, he's tackled for the second straight go-around. Great job by this Jacksonville D.
Well, that's the big drawback to this play. Even if somehow the quarterback pitches it, he's not immune to the big hit. In this case, he kept it and absorbed it anyway.
Complete. Smith has it. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. They do get 18, but even that won't be quite enough. It's 4th down. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
Sorry, we get slap happy up here sometimes. Vinatieri, the NFL's oldest active player, also the league's all-time leading scorer, past Morton Anderson last year.
Yeah, he turned 46 in December of 2018. He really can't see it in his leg. Maybe in the beard.
You can see it in the beard.
Maybe in the beard. That's about it. But as long as he's booting him the way he's booting him, keep going, big guy.
And we shift our attention to Mark Ingram. He's been good. His guys are winning. So far, the recipe working here in the second quarter.
He doesn't like to just tote the rock. He wants to carry his team on his back. And that's what he's done throughout this game.
Yeah, he's done that. He'll be hoping to continue that trend. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
Slant route's effective no matter who's running the route and catching the ball. But when you have a receiver of that stature, you have to be a little bit more precise throwing it. You don't have the same catch radius with a bigger target.
That's caught at the 25. And he will get this into the end zone for a Jaguar touchdown. Big Ben with his 4th touchdown pass of the afternoon. And the Jaguars are able to widen their lead. And that was just a fly route. There was no stop. He just went.
Yeah, and it was beautiful to watch because you have to set it up as you go along. Everyone knows he's fast, so you play him for that. That's the #1 thing you want to take away. But as you go through a game, sometimes you vary the speed in which you come off the line of scrimmage and maybe start a little bit slower, get him to stop his feet a little bit as a defensive back, and then explode and go, as we saw there.
Marching back onto the field now, Devontae Adams and company getting set to go. With them losing here in the second quarter and his limited productivity so far, you'd have to think they're going to try to look to him a little bit more, right?
I would guess you would start to see maybe some quick...
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Jaron Reed muscles his way in for the sack. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on second down. It comes, and he lost the football. Mariota had it jarred loose. Now the Jags will use the second of their timeouts. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
And indeed, that's what they'll do as they run it here. And he is going to lose yardage here. The Jaguars now will use the last of their timeouts as they'll stop it with exactly a minute to go before halftime. Here's Brett Kern now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And he's able to get it out of there, and this is a pretty good kick. Now it's Lockett. And now it looks like he's in some discomfort after being tackled at the end of that return. We'll step aside and get a report when we come back to Denver.
Ready? 180, 44.
Check. Watch 54. Watch 54.
Yeah.
Hey, watch that.
On first down, it's Roethlisberger. Eluding the pressure right. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. Oh, Patrick Peterson, the shutdown corner, was there on the coverage. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Roethlisberger. It's complete on the bubble screen. That's Ingram. And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 47. They'll wind up losing 4 yards on the play, and that'll force upon them a 3rd and 14. Well, that second down completion, something of a disaster, and now they're left with 3rd and long. Now it's Roethlisberger. And he finds McLaurin. And oh, so close as he takes it all the way to the 2-yard line. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Excellent execution, and now they're set up nicely.
Are they ever? Red zone? I wonder what the next play call is going to be, because after a big play like that, a lot of teams like to use the momentum to launch another one.
The Jaguars in possession of the lead, and they will get the football as we are underway in the second half. This fielded at the 2. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. Out come the Jaguars now as he'll go on offense first here in this 3rd quarter. They built a good first-half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. Ingram again. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. 15 yards on the play, 1st down.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
Good coverage downfield led to him taking off, picking up the 1st down on a 13-yard run. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Now they'll throw it with Roethlisberger. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And that's going to be intercepted. The all-pro corner, Patrick Peterson. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. They needed a break. They needed to make a play here in the 3rd quarter. Defensively, they did that. Now they got to go quickly and get some points on the board.
And the best part is that they made their own break, taking the ball away. Now they just look at their offense and saying, guys,
let's go.
Come on, capitalize on this one.
And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Again, it's Miller. And this looks a lot like the last play. Behind the line of scrimmage, he's tackled for the 2nd straight go-around. Great job by this Jacksonville D.
We've seen this a few times in this game. That offensive line just, I don't know if you want to call it out-physical, out-toughed, whatever you want to use.
And what people do when that is happening, when they're getting dominated that way, they spread things out a little bit, make it more of a space game, and allow your skill position players to make a few plays out in open field. Take away the physical element, gives you a chance.
A big chunk of yardage there, 37 yards. So that play much needed there as they're all the way up near the 40 for a 1st and 10. 10th carry now for Lamar Miller. And an alley to run. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. A Bronco 1st down there, 12 yards on the play.
Despite the score, despite the deficit, no quitting this guy. He's running angry, running through arm tackles. He wants to change what that scoreboard is saying.
Now Mariota dancing to his left. He'll run it. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30. The coverage may be too good that time as he breaks away for 19 with his legs and a 1st down. Still in search of their 1st touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. Now Howard. And they'll get this one to about the 20-yard line. That one going for a gain of 11 and a Bronco 1st down. All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. From the red zone now, Mariota. And he finds his tight end, Salek. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch. Good for 8 yards. Mariota. Jaguar pressure and a Jaguar sack.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Now Mariota. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Sometimes it's just not your day. There's another failure right there on 3rd down.
A 39-yard attempt.
And Vinatieri's kick is good. And that drops a deficit from 28 to 25. I'm kind of surprised by that they kicked the field goal. I guess you get some points, but this deficit 3rd quarter, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't either. Yeah, I'm with you on that one. When you're down that much, kicking a field goal, does it feel a little bit maybe waving the white flag and just want to get out of here? Yeah, I think you got to go ahead and try and get some bigger points on the board.
And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? They score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, in fact, you can take the spirit away from another team, that their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
It's still 3rd quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
On 2nd and 12, Roethlisberger. He's got Smith here. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. And now we'll get a timeout. Looks like we've got a Jaguar and some discomfort down there on the field. We'll step aside and get a report when we come back to Denver.
Here we go. Black 80.
Stay with your man.
On 1st and 10, it's Roethlisberger. That's complete to his receiver, McLaurin. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. That one good for a gain of 13 for Jacksonville and a 1st down. Roethlisberger now, after the pick on the last drive, 3 for 3 to start this drive. It's 1st and 10. Now Roethlisberger over the middle, complete. It's Ingram. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. 23 yards on the play. Well, this is how you shake the thoughts of that interception on the last drive. You come out and start this one 4 for 4.
And watching him throw it around with that type of confidence reminds me of a guy I played with way back when.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The 305-pound defensive end, Jarrell Casey, gets the sack. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here.
With the score, Jaguars 31, Broncos 6.
Welcome back now to Denver. A lot of folks starting to make their way to the parking lot. Their guys trail big here to begin quarter number 4. Another try after the 1st down sack. Roethlisberger. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. A good pickup there, 18 yards as they get closer for 3rd down. Roethlisberger now to throw on 3rd down. Jonathan Jones that time, the one who got a hand in, knocked it away.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on 3rd down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a 4th down decision.
Myers' kick is good, and their lead will swell up to 28. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Here's the Denver offense now as they get set to take over here. And they had a long drive last time, but they had to settle for a field goal, and I'm sure that's how it felt to them, settling. They probably should have gotten in the end zone.
Well, not out-and-out joy, right?
Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Sean Lee. And he'll get this back to the 32-yard line.
Well, this defensive pressure has been constant all game long. The pass rush, the coverage, they've all been excellent, and now they'll tack on an interception here as this one continues to slip just further and further out of hand.
After the interception, here's Roethlisberger. Looking for McLaurin, and he's got him. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. A good pickup there, 21 yards. Roethlisberger now a perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. 1st and 10. Now Roethlisberger to throw. This is caught. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down. Give him 9 there on the 1st down completion.
I think a lot of people ask the same question all the time. Why do we see so many slants in the red zone? Well, the windows are tighter. Everything's more condensed. It has to be quicker, and you've got to deliver.
Hammering for the goal line. He loses the football.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down.
Whether you're playing West Coast offense or not, one of the maxims of the West Coast offense is you're either throwing a touchdown or a check down. In other words, look for the big shot, but be smart. I think they did exactly that on that play. They didn't get the 1st down, but they're taking care of the ball well.
Yeah, and being rightly cautious with that lead here in the second half. So he remains perfect, 3 for 3 in the field goal department.
And it's so important for any offense to have an ace like him up their sleeve, isn't it? Because now you know what his range is, and as soon as your offense gets there, you're pretty much counting on 3 points going up on the board.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. And Denver getting set to take the field. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. Mariota. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete.
Pass interference.
Now let's see who this is on. Trying to defend the out route there, got the PI call.
And you know what's difficult about that one is sometimes you want to make the undercut move and go for the football, and other times just want to hang on the upfield shoulder and make the tackle. And you got caught in between and created a foul. This game just keeps evolving and changing, doesn't it? You got a tight end who can move around a lot, not necessarily using a big body on him. Sometimes you take a corner, a better cover guy, and put him on him and try and take him out of the game as we've seen in this one.
You're exactly right. They've taken him out of the game. That was just his first catch. Big reason they're losing right now. Mariota now to throw on 1st down. And that's complete to Adams. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Bronco 1st down. Mariota now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. Mariota to throw it. He completes it to Evans. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. 25 yards that time. Mariota going to bring him up 1st and 10. And he's 4 for 4 now, throwing the ball to start. And he's across for the touchdown. Too little, too late. But he does get in for 6.
No wonder you're grinning. You just beat me in our fantasy league.
Indeed I did, my good man.
I wonder if if he changed anything on his play sheet or they just executed better. Because they had 2 previous drives that ended in field goals. Before this one, they finally were able to put into the end zone.
Well, whatever he did, speaking of the offensive coordinator, might be using that formula going forward. It worked there.
Yeah, it worked very well. He and his field job.
Now they're down big here in the 4th. They had to try the onside kick. Can't fault them for the effort at least.
No, you can't at all. And if nothing else, now you've put something that you're trying to practice, right, that you've worked on into a game situation, and now you can go back and dissect it. So if you need it again sometime, maybe you'll find a better way to do it. But, yeah, this game's pretty much done for them.
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Here's Roethlisberger. It's caught. Smith. And he's taken down inside the 30. It's a pickup of 17 and a first down. And defensively, they just don't seem to have much of an answer for this passing game.
Not at all. And look at the confidence that's exhibited here. With that type of a lead, clock on their side, instead of running it, they're still throwing it, trying to pick up first downs and keeping the football.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Jaguar football here as we welcome you back. And the scoreboard on their side, they're just looking to melt away these final couple of minutes and put this one in the left-hand column. They'll throw on first down with Roethlisberger. He's got it to Ingram, complete. No gain, and it's 2nd down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or 2 miss, but that window closed quickly. Now a quick throw as that's complete on the hitch route. A first down there on a pickup of 25. And he's certainly been a huge factor in this when he's got the 2 touchdowns to his credit. Now they look to him again. He picks up the first.
Yeah, I can hear everyone saying, well, why don't you cover him, double him, triple him, do what you have to do. But sometimes they get locked into such a groove and such a connection, it doesn't matter how many guys are in his area.
He certainly looks to be in that groove right now. That gets him 3 yards closer here as it brings up 2nd and goal.
It is definitely hard to find space near the goal line. You always want to have a guy in the game running it who can create his own.
1 man in the backfield. That's Ingram on 2nd and goal. Clock counting down toward 40 seconds as they take the knee. From back at the 3 now. This is 3rd and goal.
Double tight, guys, double tight. Out. Find down. Stand up in.
And they will take a knee here. And I guess not content to get another 3 here late. They'll try to add 6 more as they go on 4th and goal. So this will be a win for Jacksonville. And it was due in large part once again to the play of big number 7, their quarterback Ben Roethlisberger.
And as you and I both know, there can be some really good Big Ben days. There can be some not quite as good Big Ben days. But they're always going to be exciting, aren't they? He makes plays. He stands in the